Last night they called this room small. I think it's perfectly fine.
All right. Head Coach Shawn Poppie and Rachael Rose are available for questions. Coach, if you want to start with an opening statement.
Obviously proud. The group, Rach right next to me, the rest that are in the locker room getting a chance to celebrate. They played so hard. It's trying to starting to figure this thing out. The whole blind faith is going away because we're starting to see it. And again, I thought we made a lot of plays down the stretch. It was nowhere near perfect, but we just kept battling, kept fighting, kept scratching, kept clawing. And then holding them in 8 in the fourth quarter obviously is what got us over the hump. But 4 second chance points, that was a big emphasis of ours. I know they had 11 O-boards, but then didn't get a chance to, in a sense, execute out of that. And then we just had some big plays. Taylor comes in, played 9 minutes, I think, the last game, doesn't hang her head, gives us 13 points on plus 23 in her 23 minutes. So that's what we are. We're a team. We don't have any individuals. We got a team, and it's fun to be able to celebrate all that they put in and start to reap the rewards of it. Questions?
So that first three-pointer you hit in the fourth quarter just ran from ear to ear, and an avalanche of offense followed that. Just what kind of confidence do you feel like you gave your group in that fourth quarter?
Yeah, that's a shot me and my position coach Sid we've been working on a lot, and I just wanted to be able to pick up my team. In that moment, we needed some kind of energy boost going into the fourth, and they found me, and I was happy to knock it down.
Rachael, 4 games in your last 6 in double figures, and obviously you went through a lot of adversity last season with the injury and then this offseason getting back from it. Do you feel like you're starting to finally get that confidence back that you've been looking for?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the coaches here and my teammates, they have so much faith in me, and they've believed in me this entire time. And although adversity did hit, my faith in them I never doubted that. And so just getting more comfortable learning this program, and I know that every single person in that locker room has my back.
Coach Poppie, from your point of view, what did you see from the burst of offensive efficiency in that fourth quarter, and how do you think that's repeatable for future games?
Yeah, really good. The first play that I think really broke it open, she hits one, I don't know if it's before or after, but Hadley had 2 open threes that passed up. And I about ran on the court to tell, I was so upset. We took a 3, and she gets in there on a 50-50 ball, knocks it out, loose ball. We get it, and I think we banged a 3 that possession. And it's just this group, we just stay the course, right? Stay the course. I don't think I called a very good game early, to try to get them looks. We scored in transition really well. I thought as the game went on, we found a little bit of a rhythm of what to call and how to get people to their spots. We got her in some flat ball screens and kind of maneuvered some people around, whether she scored or got us some action. And they were sliding so far under Mia that she just felt stuck most of the night in the half court. So we got a ball in her hands and let her be a player, and that's what they are. They play off of each other, and it's nice to have both of them out there. So I thought we just got a better rhythm. I thought I did a better job of getting them into spots, and then they executed as the game went on. But ultimately, it was just the confidence in each other, right? I can call whatever, but I won't have another assist, another shot. That time's over with, right? It's them, and to continue to stay the course, and that's what they've done the last 2, honestly.
Coach, you talk about that transition offense. Demira, it seems like she impacts the game off the ball so much, especially in that transition game. Can you talk about just that impact?
100%. We got to get stops first, right? There in the first quarter, we weren't getting very many stops. But once we started, it's hard to keep up with her, right? When she puts her head down and rim runs and then finds contact, and then our guards find the lanes, it's hard to guard, right? We got fast guards that can get downhill. She's obviously posting, and then it's hard to leave our shooters on the perimeter. And it's the hardest thing to scout on top of all that. But I said it just on the radio following the game. There's 3 assists in here somewhere that Dee doesn't get any credit for that I know right off the top of my head because of how hard she runs, takes a body, and then we cross the grain and get layups. And nothing shows on this, but and then also just the physicality on both sides that she adds. That it, 4 for 8, 8 points, 5 rebounds. That's okay, but it's way different than this, right? It's another thing I said following the game. If that is not the 6th man of the year right now in this league between her and Rach, it should be fighting for each other, or maybe against each other. They will fight for each other, but we pulling votes against each other, right? Because they've been phenomenal off the bench. She's playing starter minutes, and Dee is too at times. She got in a little foul trouble today. But that's who we are, right? We got 8, 9 starters. And you don't know who's going to show up in the sense from a scouting standpoint because we got a lot of them that can make plays.
During this 8-game stretch, what have you seen as most impressive with this team characteristically?
Yeah, again, as they're learning each other, I'm learning them too. And again, over the last 8, I think we found a rhythm and a routine of our substitution patterns, who's playing with each other. They've continued to get more comfortable with each other. And for me, how I coach is different than how she's been coached her whole career. And then I think the final piece is we're just starting to get an edge, right? And now that we've seen these last 2 to get over the hump, I don't have to preach about believing how good we are. Now the proof is in the pudding, and they've seen results. And now it's how do you maintain that and continue to get better? Because we've been nowhere perfect, which is another, I think, form of confidence it should be, because we can win games without having to be perfect.
Shawn, this is the first time Clemson's beaten NC State in, I believe, over 15 years. Just for you, what does it mean to be able to snap that kind of streak? Where does this maybe rank in your early Clemson career?
Well, it's up there, but it's what we came to do, right? Like, when I took this job, I knew how special this place could be, and we're just getting started. We had some opportunities last year. We won some games, but this group right now, I've been saying it all year, they're a lot of fun to coach. In fact, I feel so much pressure every day to put them in position because they want to be coached that much. And they don't care who gets the shine, the credit. They just want to win, and that's a fun thing to have. But it puts a lot of pressure on you because you want it so bad for them, right? Rach came here for a reason. She wants to go to NCAA tournament, so we're going to go. All right, and this is one of those. It's a resume builder for that, but it's also one we got to now continue the momentum forward. We got a big road rivalry game on Sunday.
Talk about that chemistry and camaraderie. Do you think that is what drives the ability to win these games, and then does that winning enhance that camaraderie in the team?
Yeah, because it's a togetherness, right? It's what we preach. We don't have individual one-on-one. We're just going to beat you, right? Stand around and watch one person do all of it's all of us, right? And that's on both ends, right? Where you don't have elite defenders, we don't have elite scorers, but we have an elite team. And so to fully buy into that trust that builds right through time, that's why we're going to win, right? And it's why every night it's somebody different. Russ got off to a great start, and I don't know if she played at all down the stretch because we had a group out there that was getting stops. And she was the first one to cheer. She's the first one in the locker room to jump on top. Like, that's who they are becoming, and that's who they are. It's why they're a lot of fun to be around.
You mentioned that depth and unselfishness. Do you feel like the confidence you have in all of your players was really a catalyst in that fourth quarter to be able to kind of wear down NC State? You outscored them significantly in that fourth quarter, 23-8. At 40 bench points to their 6, 20 fast break points to their 2. Just speak to the depth of your team. You mentioned the confidence of the starters.
Yeah, I mean, again, who we finished the game with, not who we started with, right? Like, it's trying to find who gets in a rhythm, and then, again, the ones that are subbed out, they're still cheering, right? And so it took us a little while to figure that out. I thought we had a good group out there, and I ended up not subbing a ton because they're going, right? And it's been the thing, especially recently. If we can get some stops and get out in transition, then you can start to see some of these runs. And I would say early in the year, we didn't have a ton of runs, right? It'd be 6-2 or whatever. I think there was an 11-0 run at some point during that stretch. And we're starting to get on those because we're figuring out how to guard on one end and execute some game plan things, rebound the basketball. That's another piece. You got to do that. That allows us to play. And then now it's a mixture, right? It's not just having to score in the half court every possession, which can be difficult.
Coach, can you speak to the mental fortitude of your group? Largest lead for NC State was 8, and it was in a similar range down in Coral Gables. It feels like you guys have continued to get better at weathering the storm throughout the course of the season and then punching back late in games.
We took a haymaker there to start the third. And really the last possession of the half. I thought it was solid defense, and Brooks makes a play, but she's really darn good. You got to expect the elite teams that sometimes that's going to happen. And then they opened up the third, I think, on an 8-0 run, right? And
yes.
We're kind of wobbling a little bit there, right? I called a timeout, and I probably had some choice words in the huddle. But it ignited them. It didn't sulk them into their seats, right? It was, all right, let's go back out there and fight. I was not in the huddle, but it's got back to me that Hadley, who probably played one of her worst games of the year, honestly, late in the game, she's leading charge in the huddle about this is when they break. That's the kind of kids we have. And so when you take punches like that and then turn around and punch right back, you have a sign of a really good basketball team.
Is that something that you've learned to manage, and now your second year at the helm here, when to, have those choice words in the huddle, and when to go back to that more encouraging style and find that balance?
Yes. I coach I am who I am. We sell in recruiting. My competitive spirit is high, right? And there's some emotion that goes with it. I love these kids to death. Now, I'll tell you the difference is when you have a group that wants that. They're willing. And so now you can, I have to time up, yes. When to press buttons, when not to. Miami, right? They had a terrible warm-up following UVA. I had a moment before the game even started, but there was a response. And why? Because they want to win, right? They know how much we love them, how much they love each other, and the only thing we're doing is trying to push them forward, right? That is it. And when that happens, it goes back to, again, there's a lot of pressure on our staff right now because of how much they want it. And they got my word, no different than when we brought her here. We'll help you get there, right? Meet us in the middle, we'll help you get there.
Rachel, what do you feel from that perspective with that same idea?
Yeah, he told me this when he was recruiting me. If I buy in and we get a team that buys into what he's doing, we're going to achieve our dreams. And my dream has always been to go to the NCAA tournament, and I have full belief in this team, full belief in this coaching staff that we're going to get there.
Rachel, you're a big part of that 11-0 run in the fourth quarter. Started, as Coach mentioned, with your teammate Hadley tipping out an offensive rebound, dove on the floor. You had a 3 late shot, Clyde. Just take us through that 11-0 run from your perspective. Your teammates, Taylor Johnson-Matthews and Raven Thompson also hitting big threes in that run. What was it like to be on the floor for such a pivotal stretch in the game?
Yeah, we just wanted to make more winning plays than they did, and I think that's what it came down to in the end. Like you said, we weren't perfect, we made mistakes, but we were together the entire 40 minutes. There wasn't one moment when I was out there where I didn't feel like we were playing as one. So I think that is what separated us from NC State.
Coach, another double-double tonight for Mia Moore. It feels like she's taken an exponential leap as a playmaker and also finds ways to make winning plays elsewhere in the game. Can you just talk a little bit about having 2 guards like Mia and Rachel being able to command the backcourt and both handle the ball?
Well, them two together, they're so different, right? Their speed, their skill set. So when people guard, they're going way up underneath Mia, so we put her off the ball, right? Because you can't go way up underneath. And not that you can with Mia, but she feels more comfortable when, obviously there's a little bit more pressure. But I will tell you, I told Debbie Antonelli this before the game, is that more people need to talk about Mia Moore, right? More people in the ACC, more people on the network, more people on ESPN. She is elite. Right, and I think over her time, for her to shift over to play a position she's never played in her life, that kid is elite, right? And there needs to be more people talking about how good Mia Moore is, and she's starting to fully believe how good she really is. I felt it the whole time, and it's been a process. But she's a battler. She's a team-first kid, but she's one of the best in this league, if not the country. And more people need to talk about her.
Coach, I know you want to continue to pack out, John, continue to grow the fan base, but how helpful it is in those runs to have that crowd behind you.
100%. I was a little disappointed with the number of people, honestly, and we need to get better, right? We got to do our job, but now I feel like we're starting to do that. We're a team that's a lot of fun to watch. We play for one another. We're competing at the highest level. We need more people in the stands. Right, that has to happen. We got 6 more, I think, home games in the ACC. We've positioned ourselves in the NCAA tournament talk. A lot of the season left, I get it. We need help. Now, with that said, the ones that were in there were unbelievable. We could feel it. They were loud. So I'd almost rather have 1,000 people that are loud than 3,000 that want to sit on their hands. Right? Now, I'd much rather 3,000-4,000 going in it like the ones that we had here today. My hopes are, though, the ones that came enjoyed what they saw and what they felt, and they come back and bring a friend. It's the only way you build it, but we got to do our job. I think that down this stretch, though, we're going to really, really need this crowd to start to amplify a little bit.
Rachel, can you talk us from a player's perspective what it's like to have the crowd at your back when you're going on a big 11-0 surge like that? What does it mean from a player's standpoint to feed off that energy?
Yeah, no, it's a game changer for sure. Like he said, the fans that we had today I thought were great. Although it's not the number we wanted, we're going to continue to do our job to bring fans in the gym.
Appreciate y'all being here and staying this late. But it's fun winning. Go Tigers.
All right.
Thank you, Coach.